Welcome to President the English News. President Ashraf Ghani on Saturday said that those foreign people to hold peace talks must avoid discussing the issue of dissolving the country's army. He said those who are forcefully bringing others to negotiate must not talk about dissolving out Lion's army. If they're so brave, then they must come and fight on the battlefield instead of carrying out suicide attacks and explosions, Ghani said. President Ghani had been referring to a wide issue by a senior Taliban member and former head of the Qatar office, Sheikh Mohammed Abbas Tanakzai. Tanakzai had been discussing the Doha talks between the Taliban and the United States. In this video, Tanakzai said once the US forces have withdrawn from Afghanistan, there would be no need for an army in Afghanistan. Afghan analysts and former government officials expressed mixed views on the upcoming talks between Afghan politicians and Taliban representatives in Moscow, which will be held on Tuesday. The United States and the Taliban officials last week agreed in principle on a draft framework for peace, as the US official envoy Zalmay Khalilzad put it. The US and the Taliban officials met in Qatar last month for the fourth time and for 6 days. However, the group has refused to talk with President Ashraf Ghani's negotiators. Egyptian archaeologists uncovered a tomb containing 50 mummies dating back to the Ptolemaic era in Mania, south of Cairo, the Ministry of Antiquities said on Saturday. Mummies, 12 of which were of children, were discovered inside 4 9-meter deep burial chambers in the Tuna El Jebel archaeological site. Identities of mummies were still unknown, said Mustafa Waziri, Secretary General of the Supreme Council of Antiques. He said that we have not found names written in that. He said, adding it was obvious from the mummification method that the individuals also whose remains were found had to some extent held important or prestigious possessions. An independent election commission officials reported that today they officially and on live overviewed and evaluated the documents of those who elected and appointed themselves as a candidate for the presidential running. They insisted that all the documents were evaluated and only the second identity of the candidates is still, discussion is going on, that be after collection of the documents to be finalized. It is also something that all the institutions and the related organizations who are in charge in the process are asking and insisting that those who are trying to indulge themselves in the transparent elections should be prohibited. This is a transparent process and each and every document would be evaluated. Thank you. That was a brief. Good night. Bye.